Hey everyone, this is Finding Value. I'm going to go over the uranium booms, the big bull markets that we've had in uranium, and see if there's any correlation to other cycles out there in the market. Maybe we need the stars to kind of align for the uranium market. I still think it's all supply demand driven, but let's just see if there's anything that lines up. Let's see if it lines up to gold or gold, precious metal, the S&P 500, and even the real estate cycles, and see how correlated they are. I kind of look at, I was looking at this chart, and right here, this is the uranium chart here. The blue line is the real price here. And the one thing that, I'm looking at is we've got kind of a 73 to 77 cycle. And then we've got like a 99, 2000 up to 2007. So 72, 73, it's probably somewhere in here, and it correlates very well here. 99, 2000, good correlation here as well. This one a little bit longer. I think it went to, I don't know if this is right. Oh yeah, 2010, so this is like 2011 up here. But yeah, this was up and this was up, same time frame as uranium boom. The S&P 500. We had a down move from 73 to 75. So the S&P 500 went down when uranium went up. Same move here, 2000 went down the same time uranium went up. So the S&P 500, I would say, is almost the opposite. It's oppositely correlated. And then you've got, this is the real estate cycles here, these 18-year cycles. Look at this cycle, kind of weird, right? 73 correlates as a bottom of real estate and moved higher during the uranium cycle. This one we were in the middle, and it was on the end or the back end of the real estate cycle. The uranium went up. So this one was also, this is a short cycle if you look. It was only 6 years. So 73 to 79, that correlates directly with the uranium cycle, this 6-year cycle here. Same with this previous cycle top of 06, and that's roughly where it ended in 07. So that's the correlations there. I don't know if there is any reason or correlations here, but the one thing to take away, and I know someone was interested in saying, if the S&P 500 were to tank, that would disrupt the uranium cycle. By looking at this data, I don't think that's the case. Both uranium bull markets in history happened at the same time the S&P 500 declined. Another thing to note, and I know this isn't uranium directly related, but the housing market also goes up at the same time and is not influenced by the S&P or stocks. So usually when we have inflationary periods, stocks come under pressure, and then commodities usually do exceptionally well. What we're seeing looking forward to see how this all lines up, I see uranium even being stronger than the previous bull markets, not because of the S&P 500 or business cycles, but because of inflationary cycles. I just put a clip out of the supply-demand deficits. There's a lot of supply deficits out there in a whole bunch of different materials and metals and minerals. Those deficits, on top of a lot of money printing, I think, and on top of a real estate cycle, because that's where the money gets loaned into existence and really expanded upon is real estate. I think this bull market is lining up perfectly with all of a bunch of inflation. We were fighting deflationary forces because of COVID. We have the millennials are a larger group. This is demographics. The millennials are a larger group than the baby boomers. The millennials are going to have kids. They're going to, they're starting to work. They're starting to have much higher incomes than what they used to, 5 years ago. So they're coming into their prime years of income, of having kids, of buying homes, all of these things. I see that as material shortages, way higher demand for homes and higher home prices. I see much more purchasing power gains from the millennials and having to spend for all those kids, diapers, I mean, all sorts of stuff. So I see velocity of money kicking up, not down, based off of demographics. I see a uranium boom that could be gigantic. That's what I see. I see it being stronger than before. And you could probably look, if you look at the demographics of people, you could even tie this to demographics, this price chart of uranium. This was kind of the pre-boomers. They all came back after World War, oh, that'd be World War II, right? And then the baby boomer generation. This is when a lot of kids were born all through here. They were getting a little older. This is when the baby boomers are now in their 20s and having kids all through, you know, the 80s in here. So this was like a baby boomer generation here. And then the millennials are going to be coming over here and going to start having kids. But again, this is just, the cycles may or may not line up, and it might be 100% happenstance. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If any of these cycles have any sort of correlations. I think that the uranium cycle is slightly tied to the energy cycles like oil a little bit and gold, which means that it's an inflationary cycle and a non-as inflationary. So interest rates, because during this time frame, interest rates were rising. I think interest rates were rising here. Interest rates were rising here. So I think it's correlated to that, more of an interest rate. If you guys know of any other cycles, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to look into it. This is Finding Value. Hopefully it's a cool little clip on trying to line up all these cycles. Thank you.